Tanvi Raju, and this is the crew that created There's a Klansman in the Trunk. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Xavier Ingram. I'm the director and the writer. There's a Klansman in the trunk.
Hi, Josh Bowlin, DP.
I'm Chris Wester and I produced it.
Well, that's amazing. Let's first start off with how are you guys feeling today?
Pretty good. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I just got in town from LA last night, and I haven't fully recovered. I'm sleeping on this man's couch. How are you guys feeling? I don't know.
I'm stressed
Stress?
this weekend.
AFF, big
Mhm.
deal. So you guys got selected for AFF. That's a big deal, especially you guys studied here in Austin. How does that feel knowing that there's going to be people coming from across the United States and Austin locals coming to appreciate your film?
Yes. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal.
If I do say so.
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. Like, I appreciate all the support. It's been nice to be back in Austin and see all my friends and my family. And the fact that this is like one of the biggest film festivals in the country, like, the longer that I'm more involved in it, the longer that I'm interacting with the people who program it, I'm just like, it hits a little bit harder every single time. Especially going to pick up the badge today at like the Omni, like this really fancy ass hotel, and the huge line of people. I'm just like, these people are probably here to watch my movie. They're here to watch our film.
And it is a treat.
And just that only, they're here to watch our film and nothing else.
Our 10-minute film. Yeah.
What about you, Josh? How are you feeling about the fact that you're at AFF? Your name's going to be on the screen after the amazing film, might I add, plays. What are your thoughts on it?
I feel pretty good.
Pretty good. That's a great way to put it. To be fair, that's honestly you can't feel bad about it.
Devastated.
I feel horrible.
So when it comes to the creative vision, how do you, Xavier, go up to your friends and go like, "This is the idea," and how did you guys react to Xavier when he came up to you and said, "We're gonna put a Klansman in the trunk and we're gonna film it"? How did that process go? I can't even like imagine.
It's interesting because this story has changed an ungodly amount of times.
Really?
And like originally it was like more of a sci-fi like action film. Yeah, it was. And it was about this black teenager who gets superpowers and he goes out and he kills Klansmen. That's what it was really going to be about. But then yeah, we went into our first meeting for thesis and we realized that's not doable. And so I literally had to just change it to like the most grounded story. There was a point where it was set in like the 80s, and then that didn't happen anymore. And then there were points.
Like a roller rink.
Yeah, yeah.
The scene set in a roller rink for a hot minute there.
Yes, there was parking lot scene that was there that was cut into like the very last minute. But as far as like the general vibe and tone of the story, the message, I mean, low key for thesis, you gotta get whoever you can get. And I lucked out that Chris had not partnered up with anyone yet because we had already been pretty good friends before and had taken classes together and made films together. And so it was just like the luck of the draw that he was still looking and I was still looking. And our gaffer Garrett actually is the one who like set us up. And so, it was one of those things where I was just like, here's my idea. It's kind of fucking crazy, but it's about, this guy and he goes and he kills racist people. And Chris was just like, I love it. And then for Josh, I mean, Josh and I have been working together for a long time. We spent like the entire past year working on Spider-Man together. And so it was kind of like a no-brainer of, do you want to just make my thesis? You might as well.
Relationship, because finding a good director DP duo is hard.
It is.
Especially throughout short films that are being taken through school, you like figure out that there's a lot you need in that relationship to maintain it because it's stressful because it's all self-driven.
Yeah.
So when you have that connection, it's good to keep that going for sure.
And I'm curious to know what y'all's reactions were to like the first time we talked about it and then like what it ended up actually being like that script when we made it a comedy.
I mean, okay. When you first, like, I guess officially pitched it to me, I'd already kind of known about it because you did kind of like a soft pitch at the end of our 318 lab.
I did.
We also just so happened coincidentally to all be in the same 318 lab.
Yeah.
Destiny.
It honestly honest to God, yeah. And so I already kind of knew when he like told me about it. It was kind of like a, oh, okay, I'm remembering what this was. Like I saw the like test shoot you did. And well, I mean, I was all for it. I just kind of looked at him and I was like, obviously I'm white, so as long as
We need representation in all forms, folks.
Are you sure?
So it was just kind of like a, as long as you're chill with, you know, a white person being your producer on this, then I don't care.
There you go.
Then I will help you make this.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I did kind of know when you first pitched it to me, I was like, we're gonna have to cut this down a lot. And we did. But it was also just kind of like a, you know what, we might as well just go in swinging. And if it's gonna be easier to take stuff out than it will be to add things in.
Exactly.
So yeah, we really just kind of went go big or go home when we applied.
I saw the sticker there.
Mhm.
No, that's true. But
feel
yes,
like
I want to another sidetrack. I did get to see the amazing movie and I loved it. Again, I've been saying this throughout the interview, but I did notice one thing. Not a spoiler, but I did have mentions of Duolingo. I just wanted to bring it up because I just was gonna ask, do you guys have a Duolingo streak going? What's your score and what language are you saying? Let's start on that side of the table.
Okay, this actually doesn't answer the question. I do not have Duolingo.
Got you.
But the story of how that
Yes,
happened
please give us the backstory.
Literally, Jacob Eaker, who was the actor, he was on set that night, and it's like 2 in the morning, and he is on set standing in his Klansman robe, on Duolingo.
Oh, perfect.
He's doing this Duolingo, and we're setting up for a shot, and I think you literally just looked over and went, "That's hilarious, you're doing it."
Yeah. No, it was the day before we had the night shoot. So he was like there because he needed his car. And it was at the house. And so I see him off the side and he's just like doing a Spanish Duolingo lesson. I hear the ding. And then he's just saying it. And I'm like, this is actually really funny because I'm not sure if he was getting fitted for his costume or what was happening, but I saw him do that in the robe and I was like, this is actually one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. What if this was actually happening in the scene and then I added it? And I just like, just do it.
Do you two have a streak by any chance, or is just Jacob?
I don't have one. Okay, so I had to finish my Spanish credit this summer, so I got it back, and then I was doing pretty well, and then I just stopped using it because, like, I don't know. I took Spanish a lot in high school. I don't know why we're even talking about this. I took Spanish a lot in high school, and then I got to a point where I just like got caught up with my memory, and I was like, I don't need this anymore.
That is true. Well, not that y'all are asking, but I'm at 130. Hindi.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've heard
So-
that's our language too.
Can we do the rest of this interview in Hindi?
No. So we cannot do that. I am not there yet. I do it mainly for the streak and not the language. The next thing I just wanted to talk about is clearly you guys had a fun time on set. What is something that you guys could go back and work upon now that you know where you guys have ended up today? Is there anything you would give advice to yourself on set, on the Klansman, or any set that you've been on throughout your 4 years in college, or just any set experience that you guys wanted to share with yourselves in the past that could apply to students now?
I think for us, we've worked together pretty frequently, so we know how we all operate. I think one of the toughest challenges of making a film is just that it's very unpredictable how the day is going to go. Even when you're as prepared as you possibly could be, there's always going to be something that gets in the way of you getting, making your day. And I think just with this film especially, like on our last day of shooting, it was a night shoot, and we just had so many different things just going wrong. We started late, we were losing daylight. It was harder to see. We're shooting in exterior at night, so it's like you really can't see anything.
Or something like that. God, just ask questions. No one's gonna be mad.
That's true. That is true.
Just yeah.
And back to you, Josh. Anything that came up to your head?
No,
And you're fine. I think you guys killed it.
Actually.
So now that we looked a little bit at the past, what's up for the future for you guys now that you've graduated or like have completed your education so far for film at least? What's coming up for you guys? Anything you guys want to talk about to the camera.
Yeah. Well, I spent a lot of my time in film school kind of preparing for the future with all the projects that I made, you know, honing my craft. And so I moved to LA after I graduated. And I've been fortunate enough to be signed to a management company as a writer and director. Thank you. So right now I've just been, working on my samples, developing a TV show, working on my first feature, and starting the process of like getting those things sold and, pitching them to different executives and stuff in Los Angeles. And yeah, and it's just we're kind of in the big leagues now, which is kind of crazy because I'm like 6 months ago I was trying to get this friggin' edit in. And here I am, I have a meeting with like an executive like when I get back, and I'm like, that's kind of insane. But I mean, yeah.
Pays off.
And then coming back here and then seeing all the cool things that they're doing and how like they're still like holding down the fort in Austin, like it's been really great.
Great to see.
Hmm.
You both?
I have been working full time in television, mostly reality TV lately. Um, but it's been fun. It's taken me to Panama. It's taken me to different parts of Texas.
That's really cool.
I was down at the border like 2 weeks ago on a barbecue show.
Oh wow.
I am working right now, also with the help of these guys, on developing a production company with the eventual goal of getting more into scripted narrative stuff.
Hmm.
But right now it is music video, commercial, photography, and we're not even like officially launched yet, and we have at least 4 projects on the schedule coming up.
Do you have a name for this company that you'd like to share?
Yeah, the Pattern Media Company.
Well, you heard it here first, guys. Sneak peek exclusive. And what about you?
I've been working as a research and development intern at Texas Crew Productions. They do mainly unscripted documentary. They do true crime, and I've actually been given the opportunity to pitch them a show.
That's sick. That's
And
amazing.
if they like it, then they're gonna try and sell it to a studio.
Well,
to
let's
hopefully
hope.
get made.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
I know you
Thank
guys are
you.
really busy with AFF, and you guys are all cool now.
We mean cool now. We been cool.
True.
Don't forget. Don't
Stay
forget
cool,
it.
guys. Thank you guys so much for spending time with us and having this interview. You guys should go catch our film. There's a Klansman in the trunk at AFF. So thank you, sneak peekers, and see you soon.
Thanks, sneak
Bye.
peekers. Bye, sneak peekers.